Neighbors, what's good? It's your boy, it's your guy, DJ Neighborhood. So, man, I just went and picked up some new stuff for the Supra, man. A couple little more cosmetic parts. If you know what this is, you already know what I got, man. So, I've been checking these taillights out for a minute. I finally found me a deal that I just couldn't turn down. So, I went on here and I got it. What we're gonna do right here, we're gonna open them and I'm gonna show them to y'all and we're gonna put them on the car when I get a chance. But this came in the box. It's a little warranty thing like that. Little thank you letter and all that good stuff. But bear with me, I only got one hand, so we're gonna open these up and go from there. Check this out, check this out, check this out. That thing ain't nice, but we're gonna get into it. So I caught the deal on these, and I think these go for like, if I'm not mistaken, a little over $900 after tax, I think. But I caught mine from somebody who had bought them, but by the time they came in, he had already sold his Supra. So they was just sitting in the box, and he was just like, man, I'm ready to sell them, motivated to sell them. So I said, man, I can't turn down that deal that he making. So you know me, man, I jumped on it. Oh, if I can get this up out of here. Excuse me, I got one hand. I don't know if these smoked or what, but yeah. Let's see. It's wrapped up in the plastic. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this here off of here. Oh, check that out. Check that out. It's gonna look real good for them scat packs and the Mustangs to look at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna take this plastic off right now until I get ready to put this onto the bumper. But yeah, man, this look real good right here. And stay tuned for when we take the bumper off and everything. I'll go through step by step how to install this and all that good stuff. But yeah, this is just a visual representation of what it's gonna look like when I put it on the car and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, let's go get started. All right, so we just took the wheels off. After we take the wheels off, there's some clips back here. We're gonna take these, these screws right here, and I think it's one more behind this. We're gonna get that. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm at my boy Funkmaster Flex, Crunchman house. Funkmaster Flex done left. I'm gonna call him Mopar boy for now, but when he get his act together, he'll be verified. But until then, you know how the Mopar boy be ducking, how he doing now. But nonetheless, we'll pick up from there. We'll get to the next part.
Mopar, no car.
Yeah, but that's him. All right, so we pulled out everything over here. Even the screw that was back here on this side, you probably can't see it right now. So we did that. We did the same thing on the opposite side. What we just did now, excuse me, Crunch Man. Same thing on the opposite side. We came down up under and took the bolts and the clips out. That was right here. Now what I'm about to do, it's a bunch of other clips over here. You just gotta snap it out slowly. And the bumper come off, and I'll pick up, once the bumper off, we're gonna pick up with taking these screws out next, but we gotta get the bumper off first. And there's some clips behind here, so gotta take the clips off. Then we'll be able to disconnect those from the bumper and pull it down at one time. All right, so we got all the clips off and everything like that. Now what we're doing, this is the part where we take the bumper off, but it's some clips back here that's connected before you just snatch all these off. So you got one, then you got that one, and then we got this last one right here in the middle. And after we take that off, we got another one down here at the bottom, and that'll be that. We can pull it out. That's for that brake light down at the bottom. And after we get done with this,
your set of hands,
and we'll pick up from there. All right, so this is just a quick tidbit that I just picked up on that'll make things easier. So when you're disconnecting the clamps, you got 1, 2, 3, and you got some stuff that's gonna be connected at the bottom. But on this side is where it gave me a little hardship. So up here, on this side right here, you're gonna have this piece. This piece right here, what you could do to make it easier, because I was going to take all these out, but what you could do to make it easier that I picked up on, I saw last minute, just disconnect that from up top. So once you just disconnect that, everything else will come down. You don't have to worry about disconnecting this, and this. And as you know, this is your brake light portion right here. That'll make things easier. So moving on from there, what we're going to do now is we're moving on to the inside. I'm sorry if I can't get this right, but it's some bolts in here on this side over here. I think it's in here, over here, and over here. When you take those out, this piece right here, this whole piece right here, you're just gonna pull up on it, and once you pull up on it, it's gonna come out and it's gonna expose some other stuff, and I'll pick up and I'll show you that other stuff that's gonna be right there. But I just want to give y'all that update because it'll be much easier to just disconnect that portion instead of taking off 1, 2 and trying to get the bottom down there. But yeah, let me get back into it and I'll show y'all what it look like once we get off in the next part. All right, so after we had took the parts, the pieces out back here, you come over here and you're gonna start up here. It's gonna be some bolts that's go back. It's gonna be 2 bolts, one that's gonna go back into that hole, and there's gonna be another one that goes back into this little portion right here. Once you pull those 2 bolts out, you can pull this whole piece out. But reminder, it's gonna be under the little weather stripping portion, so you gotta be cautious of that. We just use a little pry tool. After you pull it back, you're gonna have this little connector that's right here. You just gotta disconnect that. Once you disconnect that, everything is exposed. After we're done with this, we're about to get into the portion of taking out the last couple bolts that's back here holding up the tail lights. And once we do that, we can take the tail lights out, put the new ones in, and connect them just to see if it worked. And after we get that, we'll move on from there with the new tail lights. And before we do that, I'll show you where we plugged up, where we connected that ground cable at, coming up after we finish this part. All right, so what we got back here, I had to jump in here to show y'all this. So you're gonna have a bolt right here on this one. After that one, it's the other one. You're gonna have to pull this back. You see that one back there? That's gonna be the second one right there. So you got that one, that 2, and the third one is gonna be right off in here. So I went and got this one. This one was simple, but this one right here, you're gonna have to pull these wires back just a little bit. And after you do that, it's gonna be that bolt right there. And they're gonna come off with just the nut. And when you take the tail light out, this is when that portion will come out. So when it come off, don't be worried. You just gotta get in here. And for me, I just had to jump back in here and pull it off because we couldn't see it. But we're gonna pull the tail light off and go from there and show you what it look like after that. All right, so this is the tail light and it's finally out. Once you take those little bolts off, these are the holes that I showed you from the rear back there. But once you take that off, you got this clip. You unclip that, it come out. This little white portion is gonna be in there. And we just took some needle nose and pulled that on up. And now it's out. So what we're gonna do now from here, now we can plug the aftermarket ones in, just test it out, see if it works, and do the same thing to the other side. Also, on this red clip, when you take it out, you gotta pull up on this little piece right here. So you're gonna pull up on that and that's gonna release it, then you can pull it on up out of there. So now we're just gonna test them out. Yes, sir. And that's that. Of course, we got everything connected. We just testing that right now to make sure it works. So that's what it's gonna look like versus aftermarket. Versus it's the aftermarket one. That's how it's gonna look. Versus OEM. But I'll show you how it look again at nighttime when I go out and I'll show you from the rear. So we'll pick back up. All right, it's not rocket science, but guess what? You gotta do the same thing for this side. Now, what we were doing over here, we was using a power drill to take them out. But when you get over here, in that corner, back there, it's a screw. The power drill not gonna fit. So you're gonna have to get a ratchet wrench. That's what we use in that corner right in front of this portion right here. But for the rest of them, the other 2, you can use the power drill, but you just came back here in this corner back here because it won't fit due to whatever that is. But yeah, did the same thing. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the aftermarket ones in and run the aftermarket cables, and I'll show you how we did that when we start putting them in one by one. All right, so what we're gonna do now? No, you can let it back. I slid it up some. So what we're gonna do now is just test everything out. So we're gonna test the daytime running lights and things like that. So yeah, they both on. Oh, my bad. Oh shit. Got keys. So let's test it out. The daytime portion coming right now. It's coming up. to figure out what's going on the left hand side. As you can see, the right come on. So the reverse came on, brake lights came on. It's just how you got it now. It's just not on the left side. So what we just did was, with this portion here, as you saw, this portion was coming on by itself. So what we did, we came back and we disconnected this, and we just tapped directly into, well, plugged directly into the actual brake light instead of using this one right here. And it came on, so we just troubleshoot now. So now we're finna try something else. Yep, both of them on at the same time. Yep. 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 Y'all see the white light on? Nah, ain't no white light on up top, but the third brake light is. Show you, so wrapping everything up. So one of the connectors had a shortage in it. I'm not sure which one, but I reached out to him, let him know what was going on. So now we just went on a reply. So everything works, but when you put it in reverse, it's supposed to be a light that pops up in here and in here. They don't illuminate to let you know I'm in reverse, but my third brake light still comes on. So that's fine. Plus I took all that stuff off. Well, we took all that stuff off. So I was like, I'm leaving here with something. So I threw them on and it's gonna work out. But now that it's a little dark outside and it looks a little better, I just came, washed the whip off too. So, it'll look good. But this is how it looks now. So that's that. And yeah, so like I said, it's supposed to light up right in here on both of those when you're in reverse, but it's not doing that. I'm not sure what it is, but overall it looks good to me. I'm thankful how it turned out. Glad I had the help and everything like that, but I just wanted to show y'all that, neighbors. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But stay tuned, because maybe in like 2 weeks, we got some smooth coming up. We got some smooth playing in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna record that and I'm gonna throw that up. Something we've been planning on doing for a long time, so we finally gonna make that jump. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of this, neighbors. But yeah, just let me know how y'all like them tail lights, man. Came out good. Yeah, so but that's gonna wrap this up, neighborhood out.